The steam trawler Sheraton, requisitioned by the Royal Navy, sold to the RAF, broke her moorings. First World War, Second World War target practice, stuck in Hunstanton. No motorbike because it's dead. 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 Tide's coming in. There's the lighthouse up there. Just waiting for people to clear from the shipwreck. Then I will make the video. Okay, so if you've ever done the cliff top walk up there and you come back down on the beach and you walk around here, the chances are you've walked past this shipwreck here. The steam trawler Sheraton is obviously a shipwreck. She's actually one of Norfolk's most accessible shipwrecks. But what's the story behind it? How did it get there? How old is it? When was it built? What was it used for? I'll tell you its story. Well, she was built between 1906 and 1907 in Beverly, Yorkshire by Cook, Welton and Gale. That there is part of the ship's mast. She was registered out of Grimsby as a fishing vessel. She was a steam-powered trawler. A trawler is just a fishing vessel that drags or pulls a net through the water, and the net's called a trawl. 138 feet long and designed to fish on the North Sea. And she did exactly that for 7 years, until the First World War broke out. Then in 1915 she was requisitioned by the Royal Navy. And in the First World War, she was assigned to boom defence work, stretching cables and nets across harbour mouths to protect them from potential attack from German submarines. She did that for the whole of the war, and then at the end of the war she was given back to her owners. She then resumed service as a fishing vessel until the outbreak of the Second World War. But in the Second World War she was used as a patrol vessel because her technology was a bit outdated. And she was assigned to the Nor Command, fitted with a 6-pounder naval gun, helping to defend the east coast of England as a patrol vessel for the whole of the Second World War. The chances are she was also at Normandy during the D-Day landings, but there's no confirmed records of that. Then once again, when the war ended, she was handed back to her owners and resumed service as a fishing vessel. But just 12 months later, she was sold to the RAF. And the RAF, they stripped her of her engines, stripped her of her equipment, painted her bright yellow, and moored her up in the Wash, where they used her as target practice. And she did that for all of 11 months. Because in April of 1947, there were fierce gales across 2 nights, and she broke her moorings and drifted across the Wash to here. But they did send a crew to try and salvage her. It's just that she was so embedded in the seabed, it was to no avail. Those light grey rocks you see in the midsection of the shipwreck, they're not rocks like you're probably thinking. It's actually concrete, and that concrete was added by the RAF when they removed the engines and the equipment to compensate for the reduction in weight. But the concrete probably didn't help matters when it ran aground. It just helped it sit better in the water. Ultimately, they sold her to a scrapping company based in King's Lynn, and over the years, year by year, more and more bits were removed, cut off, and taken away and sold, until eventually it just wasn't worth their while to take any more. And she's been here in this state ever since. I'm going to have to go because the tide's coming in. So in summary, registered out of Grimsby in 1907 as a fishing vessel until the First World War, requisitioned by the Royal Navy, returned to the fishing industry until the Second World War broke out. After the Second World War, she was given back to her owners, who sold her to the RAF. They then used her as target practice on the Wash. In April 1947, she broke her moorings and drifted across the Wash to where you find her now. This is the tide in Norfolk. At the start of that video, I was all the way out there doing little bits to camera. Where those seagulls are, I don't know if you can make them out now. About maybe 70 meters or so. That video has taken me about half an hour to film maybe. And look how close the water is now. This is what the wreck looks like at high tide. Look, there's the Sheraton. Only joking. That's just that amphibious boat that takes tourists along the coast in Hunstanton. It's somewhere over there. If you do come here when the tide's in like this, please take care. You can scramble round on the rocks over there if you're coming from the Hunstanton direction, or from Old Hunstanton you can come along here. But either way, stay away from the edge of the cliff face. If a rock falls, it will fall vertically and it will roll towards you. You'll hear it first. Tide's no joke. Right, tide's coming in. But my name is Kiddy, the channel's called Norfolk Kiddy, and if you love the Norfolk coast, please hit subscribe and help me out. Cheers!